Hello, Stitchers. Welcome to Stitch Please, the official podcast of Black Women Stitch, the sewing group where Black Lives Matter. I'm your host, Lisa Woolfork. I'm a fourth-generation sewing enthusiast with more than 20 years of sewing experience. I am looking forward to today's conversation, so sit back, relax, and get ready to get your stitch together. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Stitch Please podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Woolfork, and today we are having a very exciting five-way conversation about bralettes and bottoms. Now, the wonderful folks assembled around me today in this Zoom screen, and if you are a Patreon supporter, you will get the video of this conversation. Of course, anyone of the podcast is free. I'm happy and grateful for you to listen, but if you want a little bit of extra, that is at Patreon. And for as little as $2 a month, you can have access to lots of behind the scenes stuff like this. So the friends surrounding me right now did not unanimously approve of the title of today's episode. They called their wonderful event Bratober, which is going to be the entire month of October. I suggested that they call it Titty Talk. Everyone thought it was funny, but no one really wanted to have their whole month called Titty Talk. And so, as you know, me being me, today's episode is called Titty Talk. So welcome to Titty Talk. And we are joined today by Naomi P. Johnson and Nikki Griffin and Deborah Grayson and DeWahn Coburn. And they are working in unison to get you to learn more about sewing your own bras and getting a nice beginner easy step to sew a bralette. So I'm going to turn it over to Nikki from Bra Talk Live, as well as the creative mind behind the notion of Bratober. Tell us a bit more about what made you all think of this. How did you get started?
But you know what? I'm going to give it to Deborah for coming up with the idea last year, because, you know, COVID prevented us from doing a whole lot of things. But the only history that I saw, Deborah, remember we were talking, there's a lingerie company back in 2013 that called their sale Bratober. Mm-hmm. And then there's another concept about brats, like sausages.
Oh, yes.
It's called Bratober. You know, yeah. So Deborah, she kind of gave us the lead last year, and we weren't able to do anything. So we just kind of held on to it.
So what made you come up with this idea of the Oktoberfest of bras?
Well, I was thinking of something fun to do before Christmas. And I was thinking of, what's the activity that happens in October? I think it's German.
It's Oktoberfest.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about. But then Nikki breathed life into it. And now it's actually something doable. So
we think about Oktoberfest, which is very beer heavy as well. But between beer and sausage, I think there's also pretzels and cheese.
Yes.
It's also very booby, like the dresses that the German women wear. They're like,
some boobs are gonna be. It's gonna be putting some titties on the glass.
And those uniforms that the waitresses wear in those German restaurants, their boobs are like,
yes, they're up front.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
There we go. So there we go.
Like 19th century or 18th century Hooters. That's what it was.
Right.
I think Bratober will be just fun with bras.
A lot of folks some folks have gotten intimidated about bra making. I know I did an episode with, I think it was with Naomi and Nikki and DeWahn last year called Yes, You Can Sew a Bra. And I remember just talking about some of the fears and anxieties that kind of go into bra sewing, like thinking, oh, this must be too hard or whatever. Are you using this event as a way to help conquer some myths about bra making? And if so, what myths do you want people to unlearn?
That is hard. Bra making is no harder than any other sewing that you're going to do. It's also much more satisfying because all of the seams are that big. And before you know it, you have a bra that's done. Just like anything else, if you've ever made pants, the fit poses some challenges because just like every butt is different, Every belly is different. Every breast is different. Sometimes very different breasts on the same body. But once you get a fit, you can bang a bra out in 90 minutes, 2 hours. Then it's titty-tober. Titty time.
And the idea behind bralettes, so if whoever's listening now who have participated in bra making this year, there was a huge conference in August. It was the International Bra Sewing Bee. And then August was Braggots. So it was all about bra making, Okay, get your bra kit, do this. And all of this harder stuff with wired bras. October, let's just calm down off of it. Let's get some cotton and elastic and just make some bralettes.
Yes.
Because for a beginner, making a bralette is just, let me learn how to make a cup. Let me learn how to make a band. Let me learn how to put some elastic onto it. And I'm going to put it on. I made a thing. Yeah. So it's just exhaling off of the, got to make this bra. The wire doesn't fit and it isn't that. Let's just do this and see how we feel.
They're a perfect canvas too for laces. You have a lot of real estate to play with color and texture and fabric.
I am a self-proclaimed. I want my breasts in my throat. I want them way up here. I don't want people to have the misapprehension that bras are uncomfortable when you make them yourself. The ones that you buy in the store, very uncomfortable. Yeah. The ones that you make yourself, perfect, because they are made for your body. You have taken into consideration your particular level of comfort in choosing your fabric, in choosing how your elastics fit, the position of your straps. You can make an underwire bra that is comfortable. We made those first bras in April, May 2020. That was 2-3 months into the pandemic. I've been wearing an underwire bra the entire pandemic because I'm making them myself. They're comfortable. Far be it for me to get on a Zoom and my shit not be sitting up, right? Like I'll get on a Zoom with my girlfriends and they can be where they occur naturally. But I never know who's going to be on. Like, I don't know which parent's single brother is going to be walking by the Zoom with the kids and be like, wait, that's your teacher? Can I be a part of the next conference? I need to be ready. An underwire bra, back to my original point, and like an underwire bra can be comfortable if it fits your body. The things that you find ready to wear, they might get close. When you make it yourself, it is just right.
To continue what Naomi's talking about, a bralette does not offer the support as your regular bra. You can do sports bra. You can do regular knit. You can do spandex. You can sleep in it. You can just make a pair of jogger pants to go with it. Just whatever you want to do. And this one is designed, this is just an example that I'm talking about. This one is designed to do all of that. And most bralettes are.
Now, the bralette that we're looking at right now, those of you who are watching the Patreon video, this is a bra of your own design. Is that right, Nikki?
Yes.
It's a bra pattern, the bralette pattern that you designed. Can you talk a bit about your bralette and what you imagine some of the features are that could be very helpful to a beginner? What makes your bralette such a good beginner practice for someone who's nervous about bra making?
It's 3 pieces of fabric. It's BJ's bralette.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Hold on, Nikki. Who is BJ?
See, I'll tell you in a second.
I think I might know. And then it's like, oh, we got to put this on Not Safe for Work podcast. And we got BJ bralette.
I was about to say, oh my.
No. So this is a very easy bralette. This is why I wanted a beginner to have, because you're doing a cup and it just has gathers on the bottom, right at the apex point. It's got a front band and a back band. And fold over elastic is just fun.
It is.
And it's got a double strap. So you got some cuteness. And then you've got the strapping in the back. It's got a larger back and you can place the straps wherever. This is how she wears it. But the larger back can give you just some
to help hold it up some.
Exactly. I got a chance to test it with a bunch of ladies and they had fun. I learned a lot.
How come I didn't get to test it?
Because I didn't ask before I got a chance to test it with this other group. Now that I've got the feedback from that very beginner group, I've got some edits to make. And then now you guys will get it.
That's a B+ cleanup right there.
It was good because it was the truth.
You're listening to the Stitch Please podcast, and we are talking today about Bratober. That's right. Bra Talk Live is offering Bratober for the first time this year, and we are excited to talk about it. So stay tuned and be ready to listen to more after the break. Black Women Stitch and the Stitch Please podcast are happy to announce that we have another way to connect with our community. In addition to the IG Lives that we do every Thursday at 3 p.m., we also now have a club on Clubhouse. That's right, friends. They done messed up and given me the chance to have a club. Follow Black Women Stitch on Instagram and now on Clubhouse Thursdays at 3 p.m. on Instagram and 3:45 p.m. on Clubhouse Eastern Standard Time. And we'll help you get your stitch together.
Deborah, you were talking about the real estate of the bralette. Can you talk a little bit more about how these things can be embellished, and is that something that a beginner can do?
I mean, most definitely. I'm always looking for the right design to show off my favorite addiction, which is laces. And I know there's tons of stuff in Nikki's boutique. In fact, I've got my eye on 3 things. I haven't had a chance to order, but I will.
Hurry up.
I know. But yeah, you can play with the pattern. I think the design of the pattern, the design of the lace or fabric can really inspire you to create things that are specific to your liking. And then for me, color is everything because I like to dye everything. And so DYE, that is. So that's fun too, to mix and match laces and fabrics with things that you've dyed to get the colors that you want.
That's good, Deborah. Thank you. And Lisa, to further answer that question, within the pattern, there's going to be a page that talks about additional design ideas. It'll be using a lace for the cup, adding a supportive lining, using it as a swim top. And there'll be a video that goes with every design idea.
Oh, that's lovely. That's really great. Well, that structure reminds me of the structure of Bratober itself. So this event is taking place over a 4-week period. And I believe every Friday there is an activity. There's sew-alongs. Can you give a bit about the overview of the event, like what the 4 weeks will ask people to do?
On Mondays, there's a giveaway from each of the sponsors. And then every Friday, there's a sew-along. Every Friday for 2 hours, 6 to 8, come in and sew your bralette, whatever bralette you want to work on. However, we will feature a bralette every Friday. So we'll be working on, I'll work on one, DeWahn work on one, Naomi, we just pick a bralette to work on.
Yeah, and when you sign up, make sure you bring your cocktails because I'm going to be coming in hot from school on Friday afternoon.
You're going to be entertained by Naomi, who's going to be recovering her full and total self after some children and parents and colleagues have tap danced on her last good nerve.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. She doesn't drink during the day with kids, and she saves all her cuss words for adults. So you're going to get all of it. Every week there's a prompt. And then on Mondays, we'll do the giveaway. And that's kind of it. We just expect people to just have fun making bralettes and bottoms. We'll be talking about the panty patterns also. And we'll do a giveaway on Monday and Friday sew-along.
And so we have Deborah Grayson here from Colorful Findings. And you said that Deborah is sponsoring the first week, which is coming up quite soon. This episode is releasing the first Wednesday in October.
It's the 6th.
Perfect. So like this gets you all, if you're listening to this now and you're just hearing about Bratober right now, you still have time. You have not lost anything. You get to jump in right now. You're right in the swing of things. There are these giveaways and all this stuff. So Deborah, what are you giving in terms of your participation in week 1?
Well, for those who are color junkies like me and want to learn how to create their own custom colors for their bras or to dye straps and findings to match their fabrics that say they bought at Nikki's shop, I have 2 courses live right now that will show you how to do that. And it's for beginners. It's for people who need refresher courses. And I just try to break it down so that you can dye your findings.
And DeWahn, you've taken Deborah's dye class?
I've taken the first course and I love it. I just came from dyeing right before this session. I have a new addiction.
In the last year, since you first took the class, I believe she first offered it last summer, I believe, or was it late spring?
I think it went live May. I got cheered on by the Black Women Stitch folks to hurry up and do it. So I did it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
And dyeing enthusiasts, you're welcome that this exists.
Yeah. And they're truly enthusiasts, I want you to know, because I will get texts at 9:30 in the evening. I just got one quick question. An hour later.
Who you talking about, Deborah? What you talking? What you trying to say?
Some people just telling themselves if they
had just stayed, like certain people here have stayed quiet. Other people just jump right in there. So we know who the main culprit is. It's not a service I typically offer, but I have been known to respond to those calls.
Mm-hmm. And even though, DeWahn, I don't know, I hope you mind me calling you a wayward student, because though you learned a great deal from Deborah and from her class, you did not manage to adapt her fastidious record-keeping system that allows you to make the same color twice.
To be fair, I do give an option where you can just do your thing. So,
like that, go where the spirit moves me.
This is where the spirit moves her. Okay, where the spirit moves you. Meanwhile, I've watched all of the classes and I'm too chicken shit to actually dye anything. So all of the stuff is still back behind.
Are you just scared of the addiction? You scared of the addiction, I'm telling you.
No. I am too chicken to actually be messing around with chemistry-like things.
But most of this stuff is stuff in your kitchen. So,
Naomi, once you do it one time, I'm telling you.
I was going to say, take a trip down here to Fardorf and we can dye some stuff.
And all you got to do is make that Naomi pink.
Make that Naomi pink.
You'll never see another color.
That's fine.
Y'all will be like, God damn, does she own anything that's not pink?
Well, you know I love pink, so.
And Deborah, we are really close. We did a lot of browns. Let's say that's our ratio.
But when you take notes, you know what you did.
Now, I will take notes with the browns because that is definitely like, whew.
Yeah, it is. I got all kinds of notes on the browns, but I think we're really close to hitting it consistently, but we've got some good ones that came out.
And it just shows you too, like, all of the options that can be possible when you start to realize that bra making is not beyond your reach. I think for me, I often get hung up, or I used to, oh no, that's a little complicated. Or I remember my husband, I was making him, I wanted to make him some boxer briefs or whatever. He says, I just don't know if those will be comfortable. And I'm like, yeah, maybe you're right. But then I went ahead and made some a few years later when I got much better at sewing and I had the serger and I was doing all the seams. And he couldn't tell the difference. And he often preferred the ones that I made. So, and all the boys. Fit. Yes, exactly. So I think when I always ask myself, when I'm denying myself something or I'm talking myself out of something, who is being served by this? Who is being served by hundreds and thousands of women not believing they can make their own bras? That's not helping them. Anything that fosters that kind of independence, I love.
The thing with me with the dyeing, so before when I would buy laces, I would say, okay, I'll just buy black finding. And so, of course, y'all know I still bought lace, but I didn't have anything to match it with. And so now I'm like, oh my God, I can buy any lace I want. Dye everything.
She's good at it too. She can have a piece of lace. You imagine her with the lace right there over the pot. Over the lace like this and doing this. But she comes out, she matches it every time.
That is just amazing. Deborah, you're doing a week, and then you said Queenora Renee Fabrics is also sponsoring a week. What are they offering?
She is giving away some knit fabrics. That's all I'm going to say, because y'all know Queenora Renee Fabrics, whatever she pulls out of the stash to give away, you're going to be like, yay. So yeah, she's going to give away some knit fabrics for bralettes or bottoms, just depending on what you want to make. There you go. There's a sample.
I found hers already.
I have some right over here as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, ooh, Queenora Renee fabrics.
Yeah, so she's going to give away a little bundle. I think the others are going to give away. We got 2 pattern companies that are going to give away a pattern.
Yes.
And a $10 gift certificate to buy a kit.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's really great.
And then the other company is giving away a pattern, a bralette. And these are both bralette patterns.
How do we get somebody on board? If someone's like, okay, this sounds like it's going to be a really good time. I'm going to get great instruction. I'm going to have someone to sew with, regardless of whatever bralette I choose. Nikki will be there for 2 hours to help me sew through it. How does someone register for the event?
They can go to BraTalkBoutique.com. Or my website, Sewing My Style. They're the same. And register.
And the fee is $100.
$100 for the whole month.
Which I think is a great deal for $25 a week to get detailed one-on-one instruction and
a free pattern.
A free pattern. You get to work with you in a Zoom room. So this event is right now, the very first Friday in 2 days, because today is October 6th.
Yes.
You have 2 days to get some stuff together, get some orders together, sign up, get the Zoom links. There's a Zoom room waiting for you with Nikki and some amazing instructors and people who are there to help. And come celebrate Bratober. That's amazing.
By all means, absolutely. Order some kits from the Bra Talk Boutique. But like, if you are listening on Wednesday and you want to get started on Friday, you can use the cotton lycra that you have and fold over elastic if you have it. And if you don't have it, you can go to one of those chains and get some fold over elastic and join us.
And you'll have a pattern. If you don't have any other pattern, you'll have this one when you register.
Come join us. We're totally fun. On the 8th, y'all, I'm not even going to be at school then. I'm going to be at Stitch Please. So I'm going to be in real fun Friday form.
Same. There will still be a lot of great times, and you all can access that on the Zoom room. After you build your own bra, after you celebrate this wonderful Bratober, you are not going to want to go back to a generic bra. That is going to be a very hard decision because it's not going to fit well. You're going to resent how much it costs, and you'll realize that this wasn't even made for me.
And after you start learning, I know Deborah and Nikki can attest, and Naomi, you can make one pretty fast now, right?
Because I don't like cutting anything out. That's the worst part of it for me. It'll take me an hour to cut it out. And then by the time I cut it out, I could have made one. I probably could have made 90% of the bra if I just went on and just cut the thing out.
And on that note, you all sign up for Bratober. Thank you so much, DeWahn, Naomi, Nikki, and Deborah. I'm going to make sure that there's links to your IG, your websites, as well as to Bratober itself, so people can sign up and meet with y'all. See you on Friday. So fantastic! Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
You've been listening to the Stitch Please podcast, the official podcast of Black Women Stitch, the sewing group where Black Lives Matter. We appreciate you supporting us by listening to the podcast. If you'd like to reach out to us with questions, you can contact us at blackwomensstitch@gmail.com. If you'd like to support us financially, you can do that by supporting us on Patreon, Patreon. And you can find Black Women Stitch there in the Patreon directory. And for as little as $2 a month, you can help support the project with things like editing, transcripts, and other things to strengthen the podcast. And finally, if financial support is not something you can do right now, you can really, really help the podcast by rating it and reviewing it anywhere you listen to podcasts that allows you to review them. So I know that not all podcast directories or services allow for reviews, but for those who do, for those that have like a star rating or just ask for a few comments, if you could share those comments and say nice things about us at the Stitch Please podcast, that is incredibly helpful. Thank you so much. Come back next week and we'll help you get your stitch together.